When an athlete gets physically hurt on the field, the athlete seeks help from the team's trainer. But what happens when an athlete gets mentally hurt off the field? Where's that trainer? Stanford found its mental health support group thanks to a student athlete. It all started with runner Molly McNamara. Her mental obstacle made it impossible for her to physically progress.
I was running varsity, and it was just kind of everything that could go right went right. And then I kind of hit a point where I did a 180.
The spiral down started with mono, which took 6 months to recover from, and it didn't get better afterwards.
I found out my mom had breast cancer, and her mom had died of cancer when she was 23.
Trying to push through resulted in a severe stress fracture. No running for 4 months.
I struggled quite a bit that spring with depression and with an eating disorder. I was in a place where I had kind of been denying what was going on, and now I felt like I was in a hole that I was never going to get out of.
Amidst all the darkness, a new coach helped her start the mental comeback.
Molly embodies all the things we stand for and that we want our younger student athletes to grow to be, right? Because if ultimately we're preparing people for the rest of their life with what they learn here, Molly's a great example of that. She's really had to overcome a lot of adversity in the time she's been here.
Fully healed and back on the track, McNamara realized she wasn't the only one who went through something mentally tough.
I felt like I had to take what I had learned and use it to kind of help somebody else along.
The human bio major knew something had to be done, so she joined with the student government to make a change. The result, an advocacy group dedicated to boost awareness and build resources. The group goes by Cardinal RHED, which stands for Resilience, Health, and Emotional Development.
Resilience, I think, is the big thing that stands out to me, that is accessible to anybody.
Having that support here within our own athletic program that can relate to them and help them come up with ways to ease through that transition is going to only make them even better, both academically and athletically.
What we can do is share our own stories like I've tried to do and like other members of my group have tried to do, and create projects and advocate for student athletes on the topic of mental health.
As word spread, athletes joined to help tell others they're not alone.
My freshman year, I tore my ACL, and I wanted to support those that also go through injuries because it was a very dark, lonely time by yourself.
The student-started and student-run group at Stanford is paving the path to bring mental health out in the open as an example for others to follow.
I've seen with just a few select individuals just coming up to me. I've gotten a lot of Facebook messages and emails from people, and just sometimes like having that person say, thank you, like I needed to hear that and I'm gonna go talk to someone.
I think that's why it's going to be successful, because it was driven by a student athlete, and I think it's going to be a great example for the rest of the country to follow in. It speaks to how we approach athletics and academics at Stanford, but most of all how we view this as preparing them for the rest of their life.
McNamara doesn't know if Cardinal RHED is going to change the game, but she believes spreading mental health awareness is well worth her while.